While everyone is pissed off because their Meta Ads ROI is terrible, I'm sending email campaigns and they are doing me over $200K a month. You can ask, but how is it possible? But in fact, it's actually pretty easy. You just use simply the existing traffic that you already have by collecting your customer emails and sending them weekly campaigns. Just imagine how valuable it is that you can basically just contact your warmest audience and send an email straight to their main inbox. Honestly, I very often meet different e-com brand owners who are telling me that they have a huge list in place, but they are not sending any email campaigns, or they tried actually to send some campaigns, but it was not successful for them just because they stopped and they were not staying consistent. And honestly, when I hear that, I feel so bad just because I understand how much money they lose every month by not using the traffic that they already have. That's why in this video I'm going to show you exact step-by-step plan how to run your email campaigns, how to create them, how to come up with ideas, when you should send them, and more. By the end of this video, you'll be able to run all your emails on your own and make additional sales from them. So yeah, let's break it down. Hey guys, so yeah, finally we are here, and I want to show you basically how email campaigns work, and also what's the funnel behind all the email campaigns that brands are sending. And basically the whole campaigns funnel starts with the sign-up form. It's pretty funny because no one is really talking about it, but in fact, if you don't have a sign-up form, then you can't really make any money with campaigns just because you are not collecting data from your customers, and your list is small, and actually smaller the list, less you can make from campaigns, because basically more people you have in your email list, more people are going to open your emails and more sales you're going to make. Just pretty easy to understand, right? And what I personally do, I always create a pop-up form like this from Alia, and honestly I hugely recommend you to have the same, because if you have like a pop-up form from Klaviyo, then your sign-up rates in the pop-up form will be like, as you can see, email submit rates, they will be like 5%, or maximum maybe like, let's say 8%, 9%. But with the Alia, as you can see, I'm actually getting very high email submit rates, which is actually crucial, because how it works, basically imagine if 20% of your traffic, which are going to your website, if we will collect their emails and we will have their contact, and we can just blast campaigns to them and make sales from that, and even like create a retention or recover a lost sale if customer didn't buy by leaving the email in the pop-up form. So yeah, I'm normally getting, as I mentioned, from 15 to 30, 35 even sometimes percent submit rates, and it actually allows me to have a huge email list, a lot of people in our list, and it gives us a huge opportunity to make a lot of sales. So after the sign-up form, when we have actually a sign-up form in place, we should really concentrate on the warm-up process, and it's again the part that no one is really talking about, and it really annoys me, because people think that you can just send a campaign and just blast a campaign and make money. Like, you can't do that. You should have a, first of all, good sign-up form, as I showed you, and the warm-up process. So basically how the warm-up process looks like. So in fact, in your list you have a lot of random people. Let's say someone was interested, they didn't buy, someone is person who bought, and basically a lot of different types of customers and potential buyers. If you have never sent any campaigns before, or you are doing it not like consistently, then it means that you actually need to figure out who are actually engaging with your emails. Like, if you send an email, who's gonna actually read it? Because if you just send a campaign to the whole list, in fact, like maybe 80% of your list will be just people who one time went to your website, left their email, and you just have their email, but they are actually not interested in the product. And like, the whole scope of thinking and goal is to aim people who are interested in the product, who engaged recently, who still remembers your brand. And how the warm-up process looks like. So basically, for 2 weeks, you should actually send your email campaigns to people who engaged in the last 7 days. So this is basically the process that I run. And like, basically the number of people in the list that you should send to should be maximum 500 people for the first 2 weeks. And our goal, basically the most important thing, is to get 60 plus open rates by sending campaigns. And you will be actually able to get that if you create a segment of, yes, I mentioned 7 days engaged, because these are people who went to your website at least 7 days ago, or in the last 7 days, or at least opened one of your emails in the last 7 days if you have any. So yeah, this is basically the warm-up process. You just send let's say at least 3 campaigns, 4 campaigns. More you send, actually better for the warm-up, because you will show inbox providers that you're getting high open rates and they will trust you. So yeah, you should just send let's say say in 2 weeks you send 8 campaigns, which is pretty solid. You get 60 plus open rates, and then you can just gradually increase the bar and first of all make the segment of people not 7 days engaged, but increase it also gradually and make it 30 days first. If you see that your open rates are, let's say, 50% at least, then just increase it to 60%, 90%, and then you just start printing money with campaigns because your list is warmed up and your emails are not going to spam and inbox providers are trusting you. So just because of that, you start making money, you know, because people are going to open your emails, they're going to receive it, and you will know who are actually interested. So you'll understand who to aim. And this is basically about the warm-up process. Once we warmed up our whole list, we know which people are interested and they're actually opening our emails. We go to actually campaigns calendar. So in fact, if you want to send campaigns, you should actually plan what you want to send, how it's going to look like in advance for 1 month, let's say. And you should create a campaigns calendar, which going to look like this. Let me show you. It's going to look like this, but you should send at least 3 to 4 emails every week. I honestly recommend you starting with 3, and then you can again increase it depending on your brand. But yeah, this is basically the must-have for the beginning. And you should actually send graphical and text-based designs. And what I recommend you is to send 3 to 1. So basically, if you send 3 graphical designs, design-based emails, then to send at least 1 text-based one, then basically to combine them, right? And also the third thing is SMS. If you also send SMS, you can also include it in your calendar. It will be much easier for you to schedule them. But yeah, we're going to talk more about campaigns, email campaigns. By the way, if you want to work with me, there's actually a link in bio, so you can click there and schedule a call with me and see if we are a good match. So how our basically plan gonna look like of creating, let's say, campaigns calendar and basically whole campaign strategy. So first of all, we will need to have a calendar. So basically we'll need to know when we are actually sending our emails, like what are exact dates and what type of emails we're gonna send. The second one is ICP, it's ideal customer profile. So you should collect as much as possible like data about your customer. Like you should know a lot of you should just understand why people are buying from you. So we'll also give that information to AI. I'm gonna show you the whole process. So yeah, just remember ICP. And the third thing is structure prompt. So I'm gonna actually show you a magical prompt which will help you to generate campaigns for the whole month. So basically you'll just need to have these 3 things in place. You'll answer on the questions about your ICP. Basically this is the framework, how it's gonna look like. You're gonna download these 3 things, you're gonna copy paste them in Claude, and it will actually basically create you the whole month strategy. So let me show you how actually the process first thing starts, how you should actually organize the calendar. So as you can see, I already have a ready calendar just to show you how it's gonna look like, but I'm gonna make a new one from scratch for you. So first of all, you should take the sales. You should plan when you're gonna send your discount, when you're gonna give away discounts, when you want to run a sale emails. Okay guys, so I showed you actually the calendar, and I'm gonna actually teach you how to create a calendar and what you should do to have a solid calendar in place, a strategy for the month. So first of all, you just need to decide when you want to send actually promotional emails, when you're gonna give away a discount. You'll have a discount drop, something like that. So what I'm gonna do in March, I'm gonna just make 2 discounts. I also actually recommend you running 2 discounts a month. And first one, I'm gonna just make a small discount, 10% for as a flash sale for 24 hours on 16th. And then the second sale will be actually a proper one, which is gonna last for 4 days. And when you actually have a proper sale, always announce it 1 day before. So yeah, I'm gonna announce about the sale first, and then I'm gonna have the sale which is gonna last 3 days. Here we send 24 hours left campaign that your discount is gonna end in 24 hours. And then we also make an extension for those who didn't use the code yet, just to squeeze as much as possible from the discount. And once we have all the discounts in place, in fact, in the calendar, we just put basically educationals. And the main rule is to actually have 1 day gap between every email. And I'm gonna actually also show you what type of emails we're gonna send to our customers. What I recommend you personally is that send 3 design emails to 1 actually plain text email. So I'm gonna make these blue color because this is basically text-based ones. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Here we make this blue. It's a text-based one. So yeah, we have a calendar in place. Let's go. Sounds amazing. And what we should do now? Okay, we have actually dates. We know at what dates we're gonna send emails. Now we need to understand what type of email emails we're gonna send on these dates. So here are actually 5 different types of emails that we're gonna send, and I'm gonna actually also show you what type of emails are these. So the first one is just informative, like frequently asked questions or ingredients education, you know, like showing what's inside, just educating customers a bit more. The second one is social proof, testimonials, reviews. So as you can see, photos of the customers, a bit of testimonials. The third one is product collection and highlighting like certain like new products or bundles. So if you have bundles or some type of new product drops, so you basically just let them know that you have, you know, a new product, or you just like create a good bundle which can maybe increase your AOV, and you try to promote it. And this is actually that type of email that we're gonna send. The fourth one is just the most simple one, discount, promotional email. Yeah, special offers, urgency, discount. Fifth one is actually pretty interesting, and this is about community and branded founder messages, like from the founder or from someone who works in the company, let's say. So as you can see here, this is actually a plain text email from Brez, an amazing brand which is making a lot of money right now. And as you can see, the email is from someone from the team, so Corbin from Brez. And as you can see, he's actually like also even the wording, hey yo, you know, and people actually, they feel the personal touch that someone actually wrote that email. And this is actually the angle that you should use for text-based emails, because yeah, people, because this actually looks like as an email from your friend. So yeah, this is how they're gonna also feel it. So this is why actually it works. Now we know all the types of emails, and right now we're gonna talk about actually the whole strategy and how the creation process looks like. So in fact, what you need is basically as much information about your ICP as you have. I also actually created the questions which you should answer. If you answer them, then you should be good. You'll have enough like information to give it to Claude or ChatGPT, so it will generate an amazing copy. Yeah, and it will actually follow like beliefs, pain points of your customers. Yeah, because you have actually enough data and you know what they want. The second thing is actually a magical prompt that I created for you guys, and I'm gonna provide everything to you. You can use it for free, and it will help you to basically create the whole structure of emails, as I talked before, like all the different types of emails, how calendars, like basically when you use these 3 things, including this one, then you are ready to just have a huge, amazing strategy for a month. So yeah, this is basically a prompt where the whole information about the structure, types of emails is written, also the discounts and all that stuff. And the third one is, again, calendar, which we created, but the one thing is that I just wrote down actually what was written here, just so it will be easier for Claude to actually generate at correct dates certain emails. So, and what I did also, I mentioned the discounts and what type of discounts we'll have here. It's like pretty random. It will be just a sale start, national good vibe day, just random thing. So we have these 3 things in place, and we just go to Claude. And first of all, you should just put all the information about your ICP. I actually asked Claude to give me just an Grunz brand ICP. Let me just actually take it from here. Okay, so and now basically how we're gonna create our crazy strategy for the month. I'm copy pasting the ICP in our Claude. I'm taking the magical prompt too, and I'm putting it in Claude. And the third thing is I'm taking the calendar. So basically the Claude will understand at what dates, what type of emails we'll have. So as you see, there are like educational emails. Claude is gonna actually create and come up with different ideas for those educational. So he will mix social proof emails, also like some informative type different emails. So yeah, this is basically, we are giving him a bit of context, and also what you should include in your calendar. So we just copy our calendar, sorry. We go to Claude, voila, and we just upload it, and you will see what it's gonna come up with. Okay, so yeah, I basically uploaded all the information to Claude, and it just asks me again, like just to make sure if I want to run the sale on flash sale on 16th and 30% discount sale on the 27th, and I'm just clicking. And also it asks me if my store is like a single product store or actually a different product, like if I have more than one product. Let's make it just for a one product store. more, but you can also mention it in your ICP and it's not going to even ask you about it. And what output format do you need? Just full copy for sale emails, outline for educational, just full email copy for all 18 emails, just whole information, the whole strategy. And it's going to ask me just 2 more questions, I think, just to make sure. What are the sale dates? Okay, so it asked me the price. Yeah, the price of the product. It's good actually that it asks me to make sure what is our product price, because there are different bundles and prices change always. And yeah, National Good Vibes Day. What's the theme for the 30% discount? Do you have a real customer testimonials to use? No, right place. It even asks me if I have any testimonials or he should create them on his own. Okay, so finally it generates our copy for the month, and as you can see, it even tells us what type of image we can put there. A split scene left side shows a half empty greens powder tub, and so you can even use it for generating new photos for your product, which is amazing, right? So yeah, this is basically how you'll get a full month calendar copy for all your emails. And for the magic prompt, just go to the link in bio, and there will be a link to our website, and you will be able to just receive it there easily. Okay, so, and the last part that I really want to talk with you guys about is design of the emails. And the first thing that I wanted to mention is that when you are creating actually your copy, you should always think about your design too at the same time. So that's why I'm providing you like a magic prompt, which actually thinks about designer work too. So it's going to generate actually a copy which will be easy to visualize and show for the customer. So yeah, basically when you write a copy, you should think about design, but having my magic prompt, you will not really need to think about it. Okay, so your email design, first of all, should be skimmable, because when people are going through your email, it's maybe like 3 seconds and they'll only check the header, the main product body, and let's say one infographic, and that's it. So because of that, you should include actually like a lot of infographics in your emails, and there can be actually different. First one can be, let's say, icon graphics or feature diagrams, statistics, percentages, timeline. People will be just interested, because it will look interesting, good, and they will just want to see what's there, like, because actually all big players in e-commerce right now, it's basically the type of ads they're running pretty often. So this is what you should do. Yeah, numbered list, comparison chart, which works also really well, comparing yourself with your competitors and showing that you are better. Step-by-step infographic, just showing how the product works, let's say. And yeah, just basically different types of infographics like here. The second one is that your email should be clear and concise. So the thing is, when you create an email, it should talk about one thing, and that's also what my prompt includes. It's gonna just talk about, so if it's a testimonial email, when we want to just talk about social proof, it's gonna just, our angle is just to gain their trust, to show social proof, testimonials, photos of the customers, and that's. The second one is more informative. So we want to educate them. So we are just talking about one idea, and it's what's inside for the Byte brand, what's inside our toothpaste. Yeah, we just show them ingredient, and yeah, that's it. The third one, it's a sale email. So we just talk just about the sale, you see? And so on, like, basically every email should have one main goal. So because people don't like to read, they want to just go to the email and understand the main point of the email. And the third one, your email needs to be personalized. This is really important, and this is actually a funny mistake that a lot of people are making. So when your main ICP is, let's say, as for Bloom, Gen Z fitness woman, you should have woman on your emails, like not old man, let's say, or I don't know, just another ICP. Or this, let's say this brand is for actually, this brand ICP is people who are older than 55 years old. And so you can see, there is a old man on the photo. So this is maybe a small detail, but it's really important. Like, you should also, in terms of wording, you should also always check in what actually vibe you are writing the copy. And again, my magic prompt actually includes that too. And yeah, this is basically it. I went through almost everything, basically just using my magical prompt, the calendar strategy, and putting there your ICP. You will be able to generate everything on your own and run emails on your own too. So after I showed you the whole process behind email campaigns, now you will be able to create the whole strategy for a month easily and start making actually additional sales from email campaigns. But if you actually need help with email marketing and you want someone to handle your whole email strategy, you can book a call in the link in in bio with me and we can see if we are a good match. So, peace out.